All right. That works. All right. Hello and welcome to the Innocent Podcast, episode 16 of the Innocent Podcast. I am, of course, your host, Q. And across the ocean, not too far away, is Ray, doing rare things.
Doing rare things. Just raring it up.
I should warn you guys listening to this. I am not. If you're listening to this and you're wondering why does Q sound like this, I am exhausted mentally and physically. It's been a long day. So I got caught in the hail today. Actually, started hailing randomly after I went out for lunch, and then it's been one thing after the next. So yeah, I'm gonna try to bring that energy. But if I don't manage, well, blame Ray. He's supposed to pick up the slack. So yeah,
slack. There's never been any slack from you ever. Every podcast has always been all you, all the time. You know, and I think you can manage. I think you're gonna be good because you're husband of dreams. You know, that's just
this husband who wants to dream right now in his bed.
So yeah, I guess your day was not that great, so I'm not even gonna ask.
Yeah,
my day, however, was fucking fantastic. So fuck you. And my day was great. I had an awesome day. Now my day was actually very exhausting as well. I've been super busy. So my chair is really cranky today. Apparently, like it's just making all these like old door noises. You know, like haunted house. Haunted house noises. So I do apologize if you might hear that in the background, fellow viewers. So yeah, I've been looking forward to this episode. Blue Lock Part 2, obviously. Just real quick, mandatory spoilers. Getting into it, but personal thing. I've just been super busy today. Spending time with Lulu, and the missus has been off, so she's been home basically all day. But she went out and she did her hair, and you know she did girl things, and then we went out. So I was a bit tired, but yeah.
She got all pretty for you.
Yes.
Who are you kidding? She didn't get pretty for you. She got pretty for herself.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, yeah, you see, this guy is a married guy. He knows. As soon as he said that, I'm like, yep, that's what a married man would say. Honey, I didn't get pretty for you. I got pretty for me. It's like, yeah, I'm sure you did.
Pretty much what happened.
Anyways, let's so do you want to like do any more breakdowns on the anime, or where should we start off? I don't know how you want to.
I think we've explained what this anime is about already last time. So
right. Yeah, we've went into lots of detail. I did listen to that episode, and I do apologize for our dear listeners. We had like some miscommunications and stuff. Q. By the way, Q, they could see what you're reading. By the way, just on the share screen thingy.
Oh yeah, sorry. See, normally I would be aware of that. I was actually just sharing some on Discord.
It's okay.
Normally I'm on.
I just don't want you to like put up the hentai channel and
dox myself.
She's watching yeah. Okay, I don't know if you're gonna. Yeah, okay, you might dox yourself as well, but yeah. Just so you guys know, Hugh does watch hentai whilst we're doing these podcasts.
Wow, if only I consider hentai to be a valid use of my time.
I never seen any hentai in my life as well, so I'm
to be frank, I don't actually like hentai. I'll be honest with you, like straight up, I don't like hentai.
I have to watch something really fucked up and then be like, only in hentai this can happen, so I can fap to it.
I can't. I just can't. When I was younger, maybe I used to. I did used to watch hentai when I was I guess a teenager or something like that. But as an adult, I have not been able to watch hentai. Like I don't find hentai intriguing in the slightest. Like it just does not intrigue me. Per se, I find the storylines in them lame.
Well, the thing is, it's like porn, right? It's like do you want to?
You do want a good.
Do you want to watch it for the plot? I love hentai with good plots. I watch it for the plot more than for the sex. Actually,
well, it should have good plot. That's the point.
We should make like a Otaku After Dark channel or Innocent, Not So Innocent podcast.
Yeah, that's not happening. At least not on YouTube.
No, yeah. In GTA, guys. Just I don't know if you know that meme, but it's a meme. It's a meme that all the kids are doing. If you hear your kid start saying that meme soon, you heard it from me first. Just saying.
So yeah.
So, we broke down this episode really well in the beginning. So, if you guys want that breakdown episode, you guys go check out episode 15 of Innocent Podcast. That's
Yeah.
actually, it says Blue Lock on it. It's part one. It's the first two episodes. I thought we were going to do the first episode only, but I already have seen everything.
I've seen all
pretty
now.
much this whole week was basically a free week for me, or I guess these few days. So I'm watching some other stuff. Just watching Hobbits and some movies. I'm actually just getting through Hobbit today, and just been doing some IRL shits. But I was thinking to watch some JJK, like Jujutsu Kaisen, just to like rewatch it just for my own self. But
I was about to say, are there new any new episodes for that? Because I don't think they are.
No, I think it's finished, right? From what I it's like a year ago, and I don't remember anything. Even though I would say it's my. Oh, actually, I'm not even going to talk about that. Anyways, let's get back to Blue Lock. So, so we watched the first few episodes, and now we're going to break down up to episode 7. Right? So we're doing episode 7, and then we will probably not next week, obviously, because there won't be any more episodes, but we'll do like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on another episode. So you guys have to stay tuned for that. We can't tell you because we don't know when all the episodes are, but we're predicting it to be at the end, kind of the end of the year / or well, whenever World Cup finishes around that time. And probably we'll be talking about World Cup on that episode as well. So all your football needs can be met. I think so far for me, like I haven't rewatched any of the episodes. I've really felt like I should. Or maybe like because the last 2 episodes for me were in Japanese. There wasn't no dub yet. And it didn't take away anything from me. And it took away the fact that I have to pay attention to reading and not watching the animations, But I feel like it was okay. I feel like I might rewatch like all the 12 episodes when we do want to finish it off, or I might start off at like episode 4 or something and then continue or whatever. So yeah, how did you like? Because I had all this pent up stuff, and I really want to hear what you have to say, Q. So let it rip. I think I want to hear from the football guy himself.
I was thinking you'd ask me questions and I'll answer them.
Yeah.
You don't have questions written down for me?
I actually do. I am super slack today. I am actually today is the worst day. I had questions on that first episode, but I think I nailed pretty much all of them. But how are you liking anime so far? Let's talk about that first. Let's talk about likes and dislikes. I think that's a good way to start this.
I don't have any dislikes. The anime is great. I think it's
no dislikes at all.
It's a sports anime. Sports anime is just fun. Like every sports anime I've watched, I've not found issues with them. They're just really well. I think sports anime take the best parts of sports and just make it even more exciting. Like the cycling anime I mentioned last week, took the best out of cycling and made it even more exciting. And it's the same for like volleyball anime and all of those. Each of them, they just take the best aspects of the actual sport, amplify it, boost it up, make it more exciting, and that's what sports anime is. And so for that, I do enjoy sports anime. I think it's wonderful. I think it's brilliant. I don't think anything comes close to it.
Right.
And this is a good one. This is a really good sports anime. The characters are great. The story is great. The narratives are great. I do like all the characters. At least the primary characters. My favorite character is still what do you call his name? Bakira?
Baichiro.
Bakira.
Yeah.
So
Bakira, yes, right.
He's still my favorite character, followed by Isagi. I like Isagi a lot more. I think I think Isagi is pretty. Isagi reminds me his playstyle. Like when they speak about his playstyle, it reminds me of Messi. Like he plays like Leo Messi does. Because Messi, if you ever look at how Messi plays, or even like a player like Xavi, they're always looking around. Like their spatial awareness is really good. And he plays like that. His spatial awareness is really good, so he knows when to drop in, when to drop out. He knows when to run, when not to run. He can tell who's behind him and what. The only thing he doesn't have that Messi has is that Messi's a really good dribbler. So I guess he's like Messi with all the dribbling.
With
You
all the
know,
dribbling, yeah.
like
Because back,
Backer has the dribbling, but he doesn't have the
Backer
spatial
is like, yeah, the
awareness.
dribbling part, yeah.
Yeah, so you put the two of their
Mm.
skill sets together, and you have a broken striker. You know, because then you have Leo Messi, who's
Yeah,
broken.
right. Okay.
And yeah, and then you know the other guys on the crew. You know, you get to know them. The redhead guy, what's his name? Chiguri.
Chigiri,
Chiguri.
yeah.
You get to know him in I think in the last two episodes, and then before that you have how do you say his name? Kunigama
Could he, yeah.
Rensuke. So
Yeah.
he's also a pretty chill character. You know, you get to know him a bit more and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, I think the other guys on their team are sort of supporting background characters. They're not very there's not much about them. You know, Monk is just sort of like comic relief.
Yeah, Monk is just
He's
he's
just
not
sort of
even
like he's like the
just there. He's just
mascot.
there to be annoying when you're sleeping. Like that's all he's there for. To make fucking main character freaking have terrible night sleep, you know. So
He is pretty much just a mascot for the most part. So
yeah.
yeah, it's interesting. Like again, like I find it's got a good humor. It's got good stories. It's well written.
So what do you think
Uh,
they're gonna do with this snitching bitch character? That's like the first thing that comes
I
to my
think he
head when I.
gets. I think they either play without him or
Yeah, what is the future in that sense?
I think he's not gonna last long. I think
No.
because the thing I've started to figure out is that Ego is specifically focused on their team.
Right.
Like he's been making calls to them when he's doing stuff like, for example, eating and stuff like that, and he's not doing that with the other teams. It seems. So I think Ego has already sussed out that they have at least some of them have potential, some really good potential, and he's trying to like bring out that potential. It's the same reason like he added an extra 3 minutes at the end of their match. He didn't have to add that extra 3 minutes, but he did.
Yeah, you're right.
And that extra 3 minutes was all they needed to sort of like get Chigure going.
Yeah.
I think it's like that. Like he's obviously a big brain character, and he already knows what he wants to happen and all that kind of stuff. So, it just feels like his focus is on this team because he probably believes they actually have the potential to go to the top. And I feel like everyone else there is sort of just there to be a tool to help them become better. So in a sense, it's like I believe at the end of this, it's because remember 3 of them will get to go through. So at the end of this, I believe the 3 that will go through will definitely be I think Bakira and Isagi. And I think the third would probably be I think Chigure probably drops out. I think that injury does flare up again in the future for him. I feel like it's guaranteed to happen again. And the whole thing with his ACL tearing and stuff like that, that's a real thing that happens to football players. Like usually players who run really fast have that issue, and they never come back from that. Like that, like him coming back from it in the anime, they never come back. Cristiano Ronaldo had that happen to him. Gareth Bale had it happen to him. Michael Owen had it happen to him. It happens to everyone, and they never come back the way they were before. Like Gareth Bale has never been the Gareth Bale before he had his ACL tear. Like he was explosive quick. Like you look at clips of Gareth Bale running past players before, you know, it happened, and then after he doesn't do that anymore. You know, Cristiano Ronaldo used to do that too, and now he just sort of like sits in the middle and waits for the ball essentially. He doesn't have those explosive. I remember watching Cristiano Ronaldo run the whole length of a field to get to a ball. And he doesn't do that anymore because he ruptured his ACL. You know, Michael Owen, it ended his career basically. After his tour, he just pretty much hung on for a little bit longer, then just couldn't go on anymore. He had to quit. So, no, in some cases, some players they redefine their game. So in the case of Cristiano Ronaldo, he learned to be more of a point man more than a poacher. So he was more like running towards the box, like, you know, playing more near inside the box and waiting for crosses to be crossed into him. Whereas prior to that, he would like run at players and dribble past them and all that kind of stuff. He doesn't do that anymore because you know that kind of stuff is more likely to get you injured again and cause more damage to your ACL. So yeah, I mean, generally speaking, I think I think it's very very true to the sport itself.
Mhm.
This anime does
Yeah,
justice to.
they're basically not running around like they might be kicking the ball and it looks all super over animated and shit for for it being anime, right?
Yeah.
And then in reality, they're still sweating, they're still out of breath, they clearly show strengths and weaknesses, and then they show a human side to each of these characters as well, which is crazy in reality if you think about it. It's like all that,
Uh,
yeah.
it is. I don't even think that their shots look over the top crazy because, um, like when you watch football and you watch some of the best players play, like you see how they hit the ball and it's pretty much like this. The only thing you don't see the wind or something that's flying around the ball, but they
Right.
do hit shots like that hard. There are players who hit the ball that hard. I mentioned
No,
one
yeah, yeah.
on last episode, Fede Valverde. When you see the kind of goals that Valverde scores, it's the guy hits the ball with with so much force, it just flies. You know, it's
Literally
insane.
can kick your head off.
It's insane. Like he'll literally be he like Valverde is kind of like Gari. So Kurigami. The
Yeah, yeah.
blonde the blonde guy.
The superhero guy. The superhero guy.
Yeah, the one who wants to be a super. Like Fede Valverde
Kunigami.
is like him. Like he kicks the ball that hard, but
Right, I see.
he takes shots from range. Like when they
Right.
introduced him, I was like, oh, Valverde. Like that's literally on a player before Valverde it was Lassen. Like, and he's another player who was explosive before he got an injury like that, and then he's no
Right.
longer as explosive. He's no longer running at players as he used to. He redefined
Yeah, we're
his
only
game
human, right? So yeah.
pretty much.
That's the sad truth. That's the sad truth. But Chad, if you guys are young and shit, take care of your body or use it to its fullest, because at some point you're just gonna fucking realize one day, shit, my back started like I know motherfuckers who are like 17, 16, 17, 18 and they're complaining about their back, and I'm like, shit, your back hurting already? Damn. like like I'm happy I grew up in the Caribbean, because I could have just I was playing football basically every day, running around or swimming or scuba diving, There was never a moment I was sitting still, except for maybe like the weekends home when we were doing like watching shows and stuff. But that was like like 4 hours, not how you can like binge shows nowadays. So I'm just saying, like, enjoy your body if you're young. Straight up. If you ask any old person, like the thing is, I feel like with a lot of young people nowadays, and especially back in the day, even myself, right? Like, we always thought like, oh yeah, those old people, yeah, they're fat and old and they smell bad and stuff. And then I'm just sitting here like, you do know that every old person was young, fresh meats, young blood, all fucking live at the party and stuff. You might not know it, but your grandma and your dad were, they were hitting up bars, and your, and they, and your mom and your dad met, and they were mating like rabbits. So like it ain't no. This ain't no like new thing that for you it's new because you're at that stage of life. But yeah, I think a lot of people don't know that old age comes in, man, and when it comes, it comes and it stays. You can't go back. You can't revert the wrinkles. You can't revert the you can do a lot of shit, but all I'm trying to say is make sure you drink some water and go outside and take a walk every day. Could be the best advice.
I'm having water right now, and I've literally I ran like a true. I did a 3 mile run on the Sunday night. And I went out for a walk today. Got caught. I got caught in the hail actually on the way back. Like it started to rain, and then it just hail started just pelt down on top of us.
Right. Okay.
And that's British weather. It is random as hell. Like it was bright and sunny when we were leaving, and then on the way back it started to rain a little bit. And we're like, okay, let's just get back before the rain keeps pouring. And then out of nowhere, boom, hail. That was it.
Damn, that's crazy.
So yeah. But yeah, that's yeah, guys, I do not have the energy for this tonight. I am burnt. We are barely gonna make it to 40 minutes at this rate.
I got a lot of shit. I got lots of shit to say though. Don't worry.
Okay, well then you go for it, because I don't.
All right, so I'm gonna talk about my. You see, we talked about favorite characters and stuff, and I couldn't say it last episode because we didn't get to really see this character. Would you like to take a guess? Maybe cute. You probably know who it is.
we didn't get to see this character. Is it a guy
Yeah.
who is it a guy who sleeps all the time? The white hair guy?
No, 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 no. It's the pink haired guy. It's the pink haired guy. This character, like, he wasn't my favorite until I realized what
You
his
talking about
secret thing
Chigiri?
was. Yes, Chigiri was my favorite character. Yes, Hayama.
We didn't even get to know much about Chigiri, all other than
Nah,
the fact.
he's already my favorite character, and I'll tell you why. Not because we just saw him and all that good shit. Like, if they showed this character before, like his traits, I would have picked him even before. Like, I like that the superhero guy, who I'll touch on a little bit later, you know, I like his stuff and all, but for me, Chigiri is the character. Because when I used to play football, I used to move so damn fast, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of funny because, you know, like, they'd be like, oh, he's half white, you know, and, you know, it's in the Caribbean. But I was actually one of the top sprinters in my school, actually, in my class at least. There was some you know, some 18-year-olds who are still in school, you know, or I don't think they were 18, but they were like 17-year-olds. They were like more physically stronger than me, that they probably could have beat me just because they were physically older, you know, when I was like 15 compared to an 18-year-old. But for my size and stuff, and yeah, man, I used to just, like, especially when I hit 16, when I was so fast. And the feeling and the way he talks about running as well, as how like the earth is getting like opened up behind you, that whole like feeling of it, it's just I even had football shoes at one point as well, and they were terrible to wear because my feet are so wide, and football shoes are made for like people who have pencils for feet, you know. So for me, it was just a nightmare. But you know, you kind of need it for the grip, right? Because sometimes the grass, when it's like even slightly wet, it just becomes way more slippery, and you need that. But either way, so for me, this character is just such an amazing character. I'm not really a fan of how his design is. Like I liked him when he had like kind of long hair, but now he's like fully long hair. I don't think he's like, you know, terrible looking and stuff. I know there's some chicks out there that are like, oh, he's sexy, you know. And I ain't trying to bash it, you know, your husbando, okay? I'm not a husbando basher, okay? Firstly, but I do have to say that his power was like, bro, when he like ran past people, and then our main character was like, wait, Isagi was like, wait, there's an opening. like his power kicked in as soon as the other dude's power kicked in, and like I was just like, oh, like, and then they did like the whole like freaking like handshake thing. You know, I was just thinking of like Arnold from like Predator when he like flexes with that other dude or whatever, and he's just like, you son of a bitch, you know. And like I don't know, like the whole feeling it just felt good to me, and yeah, I just thought the whole time though, I thought when that guy was betraying their power, I thought like, if this dude has the sprinting power, right? Like when we found out what his power was, I was like, you know, jumping and running, like, sure, they're different traits, but they're all leg muscle kind of traits, you know, like, how to put it? It's like it's something that you have built because your legs are that good. You don't just like get that, you know. It's something that you have to kind of either you have it genetically, like that dude, which I think genetics play like, maybe like, I want to say for most things, like when it comes to like looks and stuff, it's probably like 80%. But I think to actually get to become a good runner, it has to be like, you have to, it's like form. It's like training and form. It's actually all about, I think it's like swimming as well. It's almost all about form. Like, yeah, okay, you like when you're a swimmer, you should be skinny, you should be really streamlined and stuff, you know. And that helps so much. Like you're taking up so much you're taking up so much less water. And I'm pretty good swimmer, but I think I'm good for the size I am, but I think I can never say I could beat a swimmer. Whilst when you have running, it's like, if you have the leg power, like if you have Cristiano's legs, right? Like, and you have it, like firstly, that's like great, but then you also have to have his technique, you know. And running is such an art, in my opinion. That's why I really want I was actually mentioning this when we were both talking at the same time. I was mentioning that how I really want my kid to be an Olympian, maybe for like sprinting, and how she should be you know, like maybe she should be like part of like the the females, like I don't know, for Sweden or something, or Trinidad and Tobago, whatever, like or even Brazil, like international team, and then she can just become like one of the like I want her to basically be the female version of Usain Bolt, I think that would make me really proud. And I'm not selfish, like I wouldn't like kick her out of the house if she doesn't become it, but I'll be like, if she did do that, I'll be like, oh yeah, that'd be so cool. Because I love watching people run. I think it's such a cool thing. Yeah. So anyway, so back to this other character now, who is the jumping guy, aka the betrayer. I think Chigiri, I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure Chigiri is gonna be able to he's gonna be able to like perform really well. He's gonna be able to fill that task, especially because he's fast. I don't know what the plans are for that betrayer guy, because they like football, you need like 11 people. I know after some elims they're gonna have like other teams connect with each other, or are they supposed to be like the 11 people that just literally make it to the end? And if one dude falls off in your team, your whole team is fucked. Like, I don't know how that's gonna work. I do think the guy that got the ball in the face, because he was so detailed as a character, and he's like one of those like husbando characters in my opinion. Like the what guy I'm talking about, the guy who got knocked out in the first or second episode. I think he might come back and might maybe replace them. I'm not too sure how they're gonna do it. Or maybe they took all those people out and made a team with them, like a secret team that they're gonna come back like later. I'm not too sure. I'm trying to big brain this shit, but I think that might be something. There might be something there. So I'm not really worried about, this jumping guy. I think it was cool that they showed like someone who was like literally like, he was like built to do headers and he got those 3 goals. But then it was like, damn, they threw him on the bus. And I was thinking, man, he's such a wholesome character, bro. Like, he's so wholesome. And then they fucking pull the fucking like, sorry for my language, they pull a bad one on us, bro. They that was not cool, bro. That was not cool in my opinion. Like them just like, oh yeah, he's gonna betray them. Like, he felt like the kind of like the dad of the group, or kind of like the mature one. Maybe not the dad. I feel like the goalkeeper is more like the quote unquote like dad of the group. But he felt like he would always come with some answers and make a tactic, and then him and the main character were like kind of like making the tactics together, and then people were kind of teasing him, because they're all badasses. And we still haven't gotten to see the fucking one who has like veins popping in his face all the time. I think he's such a cool character as well. He's probably like my second favorite character, because he just wants to like he's looking to get fucking red cards every time, but it's like you need to calm down, bro. It's it's a football match, it's not like if you want to beat people up, go to kickboxing. You might do good there, if you know to kick balls, you might be able to kick fucking bodies and shit. But yeah, I think it's great. I think overall like each character have their kind of like their essence, like they have their place, but they're still all strikers, and it's just like weird in a sense, because now I know that there's other places, I guess, in the thing, and I'm very interested to see what's gonna happen now that Shigiri is like such a weapon and such a monster. I do imagine him getting hurt later on and maybe being out permanently, like kind of like a Rock Lee kind of thing. A little bit of Naruto spoiler there, I guess, but that shit is old as fuck. that shit was like 17 years ago. If you didn't know that already, then I don't know what to say. But yeah. So I think some of the main character. I think the main character, like the actual main character, I think he's super cool, as well. I'd like to see more of this monster thing, and I like that he doesn't have like extremely great traits. Like, he's not genetically big or muscular, or like he's just like a regular skinny like Japanese guy, right? So he's just like and their whole goal, I think, with Ego running the whole show, I think Ego, he's gonna do some fucked up shit later. I have a feeling he's gonna have people like, I don't know, taking balls to the balls or some shit. Like, if you're a real striker, you'll be able to take a ball to your balls and fucking walk it off. And I'm just like, yeah, he'll do some weird shit like that. I'm pretty sure, knowing him as a character. But yeah, I think I've ranted enough. You want to add anything? You want to add anything?
I don't. As I said, like I pretty much said everything I wanted to say
You said everything.
in the like there isn't anything that I've pretty much missed. I think that anything new that it was introduced other than us seeing some of the new abilities, but I don't think that added much to it in the first place. I just felt like and I say that for me as someone who watches football and stuff like that. I just felt like it was sort of just like telling those players' story, and that was about it.
Right. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, pretty much it. It's a good show. I still rate it. Still good.
Can you give us a rating now, maybe, or do you want us to hold on to the last?
I can give it a rating. It's easily at its lowest. It's an 8 out of 10. Um, I can't give it any higher than that right now because obviously we still have a few more episodes to go to at least get a complete season. But I think at its lowest it's an 8 out of 10. Easily. So it's a very good anime, very well animated and very well written, and so far it's an enjoyable watch. My nose is burning me. Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. Oh. Note to yourself: don't run in the in 6 degrees weather for to exercise.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, I did that. I did that when I was in not the best time.
Then inside my nose burns now every time I take a breath. Every time I inhale. So yeah, anywho. Anything else to add?
No, I don't know. Like, I mean, there's lots to like think about and I guess talk about, but I think we can add it more to the third episode. Let's make this episode a bit shorter, and then you know.
Yeah, I could use it. I could really use the shorter episode because right now I am literally mentally and physically exhausted. Like I've pushed my body to its limits today. Like the characters in the anime, and I am literally feeling the effects of that right now. So I'm barely.
I hope you get soon. I hope you get well soon because you've been sick a little bit.
I'm not sick. I'm just.
No, I know. But you were sick before, and now you're.
That's the yeah. I do need to rest my body. Or I will fall sick again. I mean, I did get caught in hail today, so yeah, literally got in, and all my trousers and trainers and everything were just soaked. So yeah. All right, so that's pretty much Blue Lock for you guys. Blue Lock is a great anime, highly recommended from both of us. We're gonna finish off the season and we'll get it back into it and talk a bit more about what we think by the end of the season. I don't think it's gonna be ruined in any way, shape, or form. Episodes come out every Saturday, it seems. So on Saturday we will watch the next episode and go from there. So with that,
can we expect anything else in the upcoming episodes? Obviously not. We're probably not going to be doing Blue Lock, obviously.
Obviously,
so don't expect that.
We're going to jump into another anime, but I haven't selected one yet. If you have one in mind, you let me know and we can. We'll see what's what. But yeah, I think for now, I'm also losing my voice at the moment.
Right.
So yeah, my voice sounds weird, and you guys can hear it in the audio. And this is not. I've been literally trying to clear my throat all afternoon, and it's just not doing it. So, with that, guys, thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Instant Cast. This is a short one today, but sometimes you just have to. Sometimes short and sweet is the way to go. So it's a short one, but we still have more to say about this anime in the future. And Sunday's episode should be a normal, full-packed, entertaining roller coaster ride of goodness. So with that, you can find rare entry pretty much everywhere. That's entry with the E's and trees instead of E's. Find me at LP Garden, you. And Simply Binge at Simply Binge and at Simply Binge UK pretty much everywhere. So with that, guys, thank you very much for listening to this episode of the podcast. And give a
like and make sure Q gets healed. Each like equals one prayer, so
yeah, pretty much. Donate. I don't need prayers right now. I need donations, financial. Christmas is coming up. Your boy needs a Steam Deck. All right, so that, guys, thanks for
you heard it.
for listening, and we're out of here. Peace.
See you.